So today's video is going to be a little different. It's just going to be me talking out of my brain. I have no notes. This is just stuff that I always think about. And I want to share because I honestly feel alone in my thoughts on this, unless just other people think like this and they don't talk about it. But I'm going to be talking about social media, basically like people recording their lives for other strangers to watch, and how people are just wasting their life away watching complete strangers online instead of going and living their own life. And I'm always thinking about this, but I too fall, I was gonna say prey, I know that's the proper word, I fall for it too, and I find myself wasting time watching. So specifically something that I try to think, oh well, I don't even know how to word this. My brain's all over the place on this. But okay, when I talk about social media, I'm specifically talking about YouTube. I've deleted Instagram, TikTok. I had like Twitter for some time in high school. I deleted that a long time ago. The only thing that I had, or still have I guess, would be YouTube. And I actually deleted Pinterest this year too. I have my profile, but I deleted the app because I was just like, why, like, how do I explain this? I should have written down notes. So with Pinterest, obviously you go for like inspiration, you go for like cute pictures and stuff, you go for ideas on like projects and stuff. And a lot of my thinking when it comes to the internet for entertainment is like, what did people do before this existed? They just had to think about it themselves. Like, they had to use their brain and be creative. They didn't have like, it's so easily just given to them. And I think it's making us lazy. We're losing our capacity for critical thinking. It's just like, oh, I don't know something, let me Google it. I'm wondering something, let me just Google the answer. And we have so much information, so easily accessible. And where it should be a good tool, I think it's doing the opposite actually. So specifically for Pinterest, I was actually telling my sister this story. So I'm a 2001 baby. I did have a childhood tech free, okay? I played outside. I had a good, happy childhood, not ruled by an iPad. I was not parented by an iPad, which, everyone is these days, let's be honest. If your kid is on an iPad, like, I can't say because I'm not a parent, but I see that as lazy parenting. But anyways, off topic. I remember in 5th grade, I was 10 years old. We had to draw like I don't remember what the prompt was, but I remember drawing that little, what's that thing with the one eye from Monsters Inc? The Cyclops, Mike. I remember drawing Mike Wazowski literally from my brain. Like, we had no Chromebooks in school, which I am so against. You should not be giving 5-year-olds a Chromebook, but they're on the iPad since they're born, so what's the difference? But anyways, I can't even talk about that because I get so upset about it. But we did not have Chromebooks in class. We had a computer lab, but we literally just had to draw stuff out of our brains. And I remember, I'm not kidding you, I drew that like just for my memory perfectly. Like, one of the talents that God has given me, and I'm not trying to brag, but I'm very good at copying art. Like, if I have a picture in front of me, I can just copy it. And I didn't even have the picture in front of me. Like, I just remembered from watching the movie how Mike Wazowski looked, and I drew it pretty much perfectly. That's why I kind of deleted Pinterest, because I was like our brains are capable of thinking about stuff and being creative without having to like go and be inspired by something. And it, like, don't get me wrong, it's okay to be inspired. Like, I have learned so much on the internet, but it's also to the point where it's like, I feel my brain is tired at this point. I feel like I've consumed so much information from the internet that there's no more space. And I feel, obviously I don't know everything in the world, but I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't want to anymore. I don't want to just scroll to find something. Like, none of it is beneficial to me, genuinely. Like, if you are not purposely going and searching something out, like if I'm not purposely going and searching out a recipe, then it's just a waste of time. Like, you be honest with yourself, the stuff that you consume, what percentage of the time are you actually applying it? Are you doing something with that information? Most of the time, very low. You are not doing anything with it. You're just wasting time, literally. And so that was my thing with Pinterest. It's like, let me be creative in my own brain. I don't need to go look up a picture. I can just think about it. Everybody used to do. My second thing with social media is YouTube, specifically vlogs. I love watching girls around my age just recording their lives and doing fun stuff. And every single time after I'm done watching, I'm like, why did I just watch that? This is a literal stranger that I will never, most likely never meet. Like, why am I watching them go to the beach? Why am I watching them go get coffee? Why am I watching them do all these things instead of just living my own life, you know? And if you think about it, if you really think about a lot of stuff that people do online, it's weird, okay? Like, even me, like, recording this video, I'm like, bruh, I'm in front of a camera pretty much talking to myself. Thankfully, like, people have been watching my videos, but and I've made vlogs before too, and I think vlogs are so cool because you can look back at your life in a certain point. Just like home videos back then, like, I have videos of when I was like 3 years old, and it's so cool to look back on and see. But when you're posting it online, like, I feel like everything is just a performance. And I feel like a lot of people, when they're consistently posting their life online, it's like you're not living genuinely. You're living for the camera. You're doing a performance. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I genuinely don't know why I want to watch other people like that I've literally never met and I don't know. I remember starting to watch YouTube when I was in 6th grade, when I was 11. I watched this YouTuber. Her name is Amanda Steele. Don't watch her or promote her anymore. But I remember being so obsessed with her. I would come home from school at 11 years old and watch all of her videos. That was the first time that I was influenced. She had these Nike shoes. They're the most basic shoe. I remember they had like neon green inside. I remember just begging my mom. Like, I literally never like to ask my parents for stuff, but that was the first time that I was just like, I need these shoes. Obviously, my 11-year-old brain thought, if I buy these shoes like this girl, I will be as pretty and cool as her. And that did not happen, I promise you, okay? I don't know, I just feel like my brain needs a break of everybody else's life, you know? Like, me personally, I want to stop going to the internet for my entertainment completely. But then I see everybody else being fine with it, and I'm like, I guess it's not that big a deal, but it really is. Like, when you get to the end of your life, you don't want to look back and think, wow, I spent so many hours watching complete strangers live their life online instead of going and living my life. Like, it's literally a waste of time. You're not gaining anything from it. I actually think genuinely a lot of the reasons why these vloggers are so popular is because people are lonely, and they think watching this person constantly, you think that you get to know this person. It's like a parasocial thing. It's like you don't know this person. They're just posting a video of themselves online. It's just so weird for my brain to like try to explain it and to comprehend it. I don't want to waste my life watching someone else live. If you really think about it, it's so crazy to me that people have made a living out of just posting their life online. Because really now it's gone into more like sales, if you want to call it that. Like, all these people that post their videos are just selling something, and then they get commission off of that. And it's really crazy to think about the times that we're living in right now. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot of benefits, you know. I constantly go back and forth with myself on this, because I'm like, I post videos online. My goal is to encourage others to get right with God, to develop a relationship with Jesus. And then I think like everything, like in Ecclesiastes it says there's nothing new under the sun. Everything has already said, everything has already been said, everything has already been done. Like, what do I have to contribute to this? Like, for the time being, I will continue to post, but I do think eventually I won't be posting videos. Like, once I feel like I've said what I needed to say, I don't want to spend unnecessary time on the internet. Again, it's a good tool. There's so many cool benefits from all this high-tech stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, I want to live in the real world. Yeah, the internet is just, it's not real. It's really not. Everything's like curated. Everything's a performance, honestly. Everyone's trying to sell you something. My brain is just tired. I don't want to be a target of, Google's ads and all this stuff. I just want to inspire people to get closer to God, but I don't want to waste my time on the internet, is what I'm saying. And my brain is kind of jumbled up right now, but like my dream world would be going back to my 10-year-old's brain, where I didn't need to go on the internet every time I had a question, every time I was curious about something, like every time I was bored. Literally, I had so many hobbies, and I think the internet is just ruining a lot of things. I think the cons outweigh the benefits. Yeah, I have like a plan in my brain of quitting the internet for entertainment, and then at the same time I'm like, just like an Esther, like you're born for a time like this. God put me in this digital era for a reason, and I'm like, maybe me quitting the internet, me stopping posting videos is not gonna make people be on the internet less, so I'm like, people are here, might as well give them something beneficial to listen to. I think everybody would be like, their brain would be much more times, I don't even know English, so much more calm, so much more thankful. There'd be so much more time for God if people didn't waste so much time watching people post dumb stuff online. Because let's be honest, most of the stuff that you see online is dumb and a waste of time. Yeah, I think a lot of people confuse wanting to take a break from a tough day at work or school. They confuse finding comfort and de-stressing in the internet, when actually I think it makes your brain even more stressed out, because now you're bombarded with a bunch of strangers' thoughts and all of these ads, and comparing yourself to people online, to something that's most of the time not even real. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people passing right now. I think I said most of what I wanted to say about the internet. I would love to go back to the time where I would come home from school, because it was honestly just the first 10 years of my life where that happened, and I just wanted to go play outside. Like, the only people that I could compare myself to were the people in my school, the people at my church, the people in my family. I wasn't comparing myself to complete strangers online from all parts of the world. It was just a small cluster of people. And yeah, I don't think it's normal that we have access to all this information. And I don't think it's good for us. I think it's the way that people used to get information were like encyclopedias, and just, it was like a slower process of obtaining information that I think made it easier to process and not overwhelming the way it is now. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that. And don't get me wrong, there are some cool things out there on the internet. Some people that are actually using their platform for good. So my personal favorites are Ryan Trahan. If you have not watched his 50 States in 50 Days series, I really, really enjoyed that. Like, I genuinely looked forward to that. Wasn't reading the comments like every 5 seconds. It was just like wholesome entertainment, and it was actually a fundraiser for St. Jude. So like stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, those people, please make videos. Like, you are talented in that, please do that. Also my favorite, Nick DiGiovanni. I watch his Nick's Kitchen channel, and it's like he's like a full-on like professional chef, but he simplifies the recipes for little normal people like us. And I literally roasted a whole chicken, and like his recipes, just, they're delish, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could cook, anyone can cook, like Ratatouille says. So yeah, don't get me wrong, there are some beneficial stuff out there, but it does get lost in the majority of it, which is, the majority of it is junk. That's all I have for today. Hope something inspired you. Hope you had some food for thought, just like spending less time on the internet and more time in the real life. Go touch grass.